Nice to meet you. I watched the pilot of this and I'm absolutely obsessed. And I want to ask you about bringing this to life. Normally, we have stories like Anne Boleyn. We all know that story of a woman working her way to the top. And now we have it reversed in a way. So, what was it about this that you're excited about the most to bring this to life?
I think because Mary Villiers was a real person and she's been written out of history. And I think she, do you want me to hold it? Yeah, she lived at a time when women had no power and couldn't own property or money or anything. And she did whatever it took to, advance her family. And, she's buried in Westminster Abbey in this huge tomb saying she's descended from 5 kings, which might not be strictly true. But she was always the smartest person in the room. So that was a pretty exciting story to tell.
What I love about the costumes in this is there's beautiful, they're telling a story. And I feel like you specifically really put so much detail into each character. And I want to ask if you could tell me a little bit about that, the story you're trying to tell through the costuming.
Well, the story is in the script and the characters emerge from that. I mean, quite often character stuff emerges in fittings, as people try things on and they become more the character that they're trying to portray. And that's the magic. When you see that happening and that working, I mean, we had a very, very short prep on this and, I had to have a plan, a very clear plan and, a structural design plan. But within that, as people came in, we kind of went with physique, went with ideas, and everybody took it on board and everybody embraced that process. So, yeah, I mean, narratively, there are some quite big arcs in the design storytelling process, but individually, particularly with Mary, we see her go from nothing to the richest woman in Britain at that point, and that has to be reflected in her clothes. And I had this mood board, a palette board that went from, I mean, the first stage for her was like moldy bread, parched bones, congealed blood, and she ended up as Countess in her real Cinderella moment, but transitioning through these quite almost masculine sort of looks for, she's a businesswoman, she's a hard-headed woman, but having to use her femininity in a masculine world. They all use their sexuality. It was just how it is and was, and people really shouldn't be confused about that.
One question. This is hi, so nice to meet you. So this is it. Tell everyone why they need to check out Mary and George. This is all the time I got.
Because it's Julianne Moore's a ginger and me as a ginger and Nick Galitzine. I mean, what's not to like? It's a historical drama. It's historical fiction, but there's plenty in it that it was actually happened. It's a romp. It's a punk rock Caravaggio Jacobean sex fest, and but it's a really beautiful story as well. And if you don't watch it, I'll come and find you because I know where you live. Okay, how was that?
Perfect. Thank you. You got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a challenge. We did audition a lot of young men, but obviously when Nick came in the room, we all fell in love with him and thought he was brilliant. And it's just such a fantastic journey for his character. He starts off as a callow youth and then goes on to become quite corrupted by power. And so I think people will really see what he can do. I think he's going to be, already is a massive star.
Congratulations on the last couple of years. You have been killing it. And Mary and George is fantastic. We got to see the pilot episode already, and we're obsessed and cannot wait for more.
See more. It certainly evolves from episode to episode.
Now, I want to ask you, because normally this kind of story is gender fuck. We all know like Anne Boleyn, women who kind of use their sexuality to move their way to the top. And this is a man doing the same. And I want to ask you why you wanted to do this and what kind of research you did to kind of get into this role.
Yeah, I wanted to do it because it was one of the most interesting scripts, well-written scripts I'd read, and then finding out a lot of this history was, entirely true, kind of floored me. I mean, this is a young man whose family was, on the potential, the verge of oblivion in a lot of ways, and the fact that he rose to essentially become the King of England during the Jacobean era is astounding. And yeah, I mean, he's such a wonderfully textured character, and obviously this is historical fiction, and we brought some of our own perspectives to the story, but I mean, he was probably my favorite character I've ever played. Yeah.
My last thing is, how many earrings did you steal?
Oh my God, so many. I don't know if I have the boldness yet to wear a pearl earring is a statement on a day-to-day basis, and they're heavy as well, you know. So I don't want to be weighed down. No, yeah. George's thing is the pearl earring. We're trying to make it a fashion statement. So yeah.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. How many earrings did you go through when choosing Nicholas's earring?
You know, Nick really loved the earrings. They really suit him. He was just like, oh, can I, you know, we'd say, which one do you want today? It can either be grey or white. And he'd go, that one. And I'd say, oh, that one. He'd go, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and congratulations. The show is fantastic.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.